Hey guys, welcome back. It's been a long that I haven't uploaded any videos, but today I came up with the EmSAT Achieve math test, the geometry questions, and these are the most important questions, like very similarly have been appeared in the EmSAT exams. I got the feedback from the students who have already taken the tests, and they suggested that these are the possible type of questions were there in their exam. So similar ones I have created, and some of them I have taken directly from the sample paper which is given by the ministry itself, and I'll try to solve and help you guys with concepts to understand better. So let's start with the very first question. Here it says the figure shown below the figure below contains the two semicircles that are tangent to each other at a point B, and radii is tangent to both circles at a point E and F. They are just describing about these two circles are tangent with each other, and the ray DE is meeting the circle at the point E and F. They are just describing the shape. Question is, if PB is equals to BC is equals to 6, what does the line segment ED equals? Question asking us what is the length of ED. So this is the what the question asking. Initially, I was also trying to solve, but it took quite longer time for me to understand. This is a concept based on similar triangles. If you don't know, please go through it. So you need to apply the similar triangle concepts. So to find out the length of ED, I must need to know what is the length of MC, so that I can create a right angle triangle, because whenever the lines are tangent, it makes a right angle triangle, 90-degree triangle, so that I can apply the Pythagorean rule and I can get it done. So how do we find the length of, let me say, this length of MD? Let's solve this. As they have already given to us, PB is representing the radius of the larger circle, which is 6, and they also said BC is equals to 6. BC, the total length is equals to 6, then I can say B to M is 3 and M to C is gonna be 3. So if B to C is total 6, so that I can divide into two part, it's representing radius. And I can also say here length of M to E is gonna be 3, because it is representing radius of a smaller circle. And same way, we can also define here the length of FP is also be 6, because of the radius of a larger circle. Now to find out the length of MD, I don't know what is this part is. I don't know what it is. Let me assign the length of this part as X and then use the similarity. So now there are two triangles now. One triangle is FPD and another triangle is EMD. These two triangles are similar triangle because this angle is both the two angles are 90. Angle D is common, and these angles are also equal because the lines what has been drawn here must be parallel because they are tangent to the circle. Okay, now let's apply the similarity rule. The ratio of, how do we apply the similarity rule? The ratio of the side, just write down the known side. So ratio of PF divided by ratio of similar side, which is EM, is equal to, I can say, the ratio of the largest side of the triangle FPD, that whole thing is representing it as 6 plus 3 plus 3 plus M, that is, I can say the length of PD, it's gonna be 6 plus 6 plus X. Generally it is 12X, I can say. So that is the ratio of PD divided by ratio of MD. We can write it as. So now what is the length of M to D? So length of M to D here is going to be 3 plus X. The ratio length of M to D here we can write it as 3 plus X. Now just substitute their values. PF is 6. As we know that EM is equals to what? 3 is equals to PD is going to be, it's not a 12X. Okay, I'm sorry, it's 12 plus X. So PD is equals to 12 plus X and divided by MD. is equals to 3 plus x. Now just solve for x by just doing cross multiplication. Before cross multiplying, 6 divided by 3, it's gonna be 2. Make it simple further. 2 is equals to 12 plus x divided by 3 plus x. Now you can just do cross multiplication, that is what it gonna be, 2 times 3 plus x equal to 12 plus x. So it's gonna be 6 plus 2x equal to 12 plus x. Take this x to the other side and take this 6 to the other side. 2x minus x is equal to x, and then 12 minus 6 becomes 6. So whenever you take a number from one side to other, you'll be subtracting. I got a length of x as 6. Now what is the total length of MD? So the length of M to D here is gonna be 3 plus 6, which is gonna be 9. Now let's apply the Pythagorean rule, because question asked us to find for ED in a right angle triangle, which we are showing here. I know this length, I know this length as well known to us. This length is also known to us. Apply the Pythagorean rule. Square of the side opposite to 90 degree, that is, we can say it as MD square is equals to ME square plus ED square. So MD value is 9. 9 square is equals to what I'm gonna get, 3 square plus ED square. We are asked to solve the length of ED. So by rearranging it, so I'll be writing here it as, so ED equal to square root of 9 square minus 3 square. Just put it in the calculator. Square root of 9 square minus 3 square, you will be getting the length of ED as 6. Square root of 2, that is matching with the option A. A is the right answer to this question. A company makes cones out of solid form. Each cone has a height of 10 centimeter and its base has a diameter of 12 centimeter. How much form is needed to make 45 cones? Use pi as 3.14 and round your answer to the nearest whole number. To find out the number of form needed, you should find volume of the one cone and multiply that one by 45. Now, volume of the cone formula will be given to us. What actually we are talking about? Let's take this is the cone. If I consider, this is how it gonna be. They are trying to make it as like this. Question has given us the diameter of the cone, that is 12 centimeter. So the radius of the cone will be half of its diameter. So the radius is gonna be 6 centimeter. Question also say that height of the cone is gonna be 10 centimeter. So height is equals to 10 centimeter. Now use the formula and find out what is the volume of one cone. So that value you can multiply with the 45 to get it as a total amount of foam needed to make 45 such cones, because they are asking you to make that cone with the solid form. You need to calculate the volume. The amount of foam needed is basically the volume of the 45 such cones. As we know that the formulas will be given to us in the exam, I'll be referring the volume of the cone formula, like volume of the cone is equals to, let me show you, this exactly the sheet will be provided to you in the exam. It will be available as a library or reference library somewhere. If you click it, you'll be getting the list of formulas. So where is the formula we supposed to use here? Volume of the cone is this, pi r square h by 3. We know everything. So I just need to use it as pi r square h by 3. I know that the radius is gonna be 6. Height is gonna be 10 centimeter. Just substitute it. And they also said use the value of pi as 3.14. Let me put it as 3.14 times 6 square times 10 divided by 3. Put it in the calculator, you get a volume of a one cone. So okay, now but question is about what is the total like number of what is the total amount of form needed. So volume of the total 45 cones, I just need to multiply this value by 45. Either you do individually or let me do it all together. 45 times volume of this one cone. So that, let me just multiply this one by 3.14 times 6 square times 10 divided by 3. Put it in the calculator, you get the answer. So here we can get it as 45 times 3.14 times 6 square times, let me do it as it is, 10 divided by 3. I'm getting 16,956. So the total amount of solid form needed is 16,956 centimeter cube, because volume is measured in terms of centimeter cube. So I'll be using this as 16,956 centimeter cube is the right answer. They asked us to round it to the nearest whole number, and of course we got it as a complete number itself. So this is the answer. This question I heard from the many students about finding the area or a perimeter of the square which has been drawn inside a cube. Very important question. It says, in the figure shown below, square ABCD is inscribed in a cube. Length of side AP is 6 meter. This length has been given to us, which is 6 meter. If B and D are midpoint of MN and OP, B is the midpoint of MN and OP. This is the midpoint of D is the midpoint of OP. Find area and perimeter of ABCD. Find out the area and perimeter of the square which has been drawn. They are asking you to find area and perimeter of this shape ABCD. So it's a square. Okay. So now what we're gonna do, as they already said that AP is 6 and it is a cube. So the length of all the sides are of cube are same. So from this one I can understand that length of P to D will be equal to half of it, because they say that D is the midpoint of PO. So this length is gonna be 3, half of the 6, and this creates a right angle triangle. Find the length of AD by using the Pythagorean rule, and that's it. Because the square is the one in which length of all sides are equal. It might be seams by looking it, but that is the fact, because question already said it is a square. So in triangle APD, APD. So like AD is the side opposite to 90 degree. I thought according to the Pythagorean, I can say here it as AD square is equals to AP square plus PD square. Substitute their values. AD square is equals to AP is what? 6 square plus 3 square. So from this one, AD equal to square root of, because I'm looking for just AD. So whenever it has in the square, to get rid of it, you have to put a square root. When you put a square root on either side, square root and AD gets cancelled out. So that is this one and this one will get cancelled out. Just I get AD is equals to 6 square plus 3 square. Now put it in the calculator and get it done. Square root of 6 square plus 3 square, we are getting 3 root 5. So length of AD here, AD is gonna be 3 square root of 5. That's it. Once you know the one of the length, then what is the area of a square? Area of a square is gonna be side square. You can see it here. The area of a square, when I'm using the word area of a square, side square, here we got a side as 3 root 5. So in that case, 3 root 5 whole square, just square whatever the answer we got, answer, make square of it. I'm getting area here it as 45. Now what is the perimeter formula? Perimeter of a square, that is P is equals to 4 times the side. So that is equal to 4 multiplied by 3 square root of 5. So what you will be getting here? 4 times 3 square root of 5 will be the perimeter, which is equivalent to 12 root 5. So I can write it as area is gonna be 45 and perimeter is 12 square root of 5. You can write it in the way how the calculator shows the answer. No need of doing any conversion. So this is how the questions can be asked, and this is very important question. Okay, so let me tell you, This cannot exactly, but very similar kind of question have already appeared in the past EmSAT exam. Next question is, a right circular cone with radius of 3 centimeter has a slant height of 5 centimeter. A right cylinder with a radius of 4 centimeter and height of 6 centimeter. What is the number of full cones of water needed to completely fill the cylinder with this water? So now what they are asking us, what is the number of full cone of water needed to completely fill the cylinder with this water? So we are asked, if you pour this, fill the water in this cone and put it out in the cylinder, to completely fill out the cylinder, how many number of cones of water has to be added? So in that case, what should I do? Find out volume of the cylinder, find out volume of the cone and divide them. So volume of the cylinder here is, as they have already given to us the formula, volume of a cylinder, we can find it as volume of a cylinder is pi r square h, which has been given to us. Just use it as pi r square h. They all gave us the radius of the cylinder is 4 centimeter, height is gonna be 6 centimeter. Just put it as pi times 4 square times 6. That is the volume of the cylinder. Also find volume of the cone. I'm not simplifying further because we need to divide it, or you can do it, no, it doesn't matter. Okay. What is the volume of a cone? As we just saw, pi r square h by 3. That's we used in the, this pi r square h by 3 is the volume of the cone. Now what all we know? Volume, I mean, radius of the cone has been known, the slant height of the cone is known, but we don't know what is the height of the cone. So you can find out the height of the cone by using the Pythagorean rule. Find out the height of the cone by using the Pythagorean. According to that, side opposite to 90 degree is 5. According to the Pythagorean rule, square of the longest side is equal to sum of the squares of other two sides. We can say here it as 5 square is equals to h square plus 3 square. Just rearrange it and write it in this way. H square equal to 5 square minus 3 square. So h equal to square root of 5 square minus 3 square. The value of h is gonna be 4. You'll be getting height of the cone here is gonna be 4. So substitute here. 5 times 3 square times 4 by 3. So let me simplify it. 3 square, so one of the 3 and 3 here cancel out. If you have confusion with this, regardless, use as it is in the calculator. So after simplifying, I am getting pi times 3 multiplied by 4 is gonna be, I'm getting it as 12 pi. And as I said, the number of cones of water to be added is equals to volume of the cylinder divided by volume of the cone. Just divide them. So volume of the cylinder is what we have taken. 5 times 4 square is gonna be 16 times 6 divided by 12 pi. Pi and pi gets cancelled. 6 times 1, 6 times 2 is 12. 16 divided by 2, it's gonna be 8. There should be 8 cones of water should be added into the cylinder to fill it. So answer to this question is 8. So these are the possible type of questions what you could expect. The idea will be very similar, right? So go through them and try to solve some relevant kind of questions from the school book, whatever you have learned, or any relevant things or the past papers you find. All right, that's it for today. Please do like, share, and subscribe to my channel so that whenever I upload a new videos, you will be notified. All the best for your upcoming exam. Thank you so much. See you soon.